this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. And in the last few days we've had a conversation going on at the World of Witches Facebook page about the origins of the green-faced Halloween witch. And I thought that might make a good comment for this vlog, to talk about the origins of the green-faced Halloween witch. And to the best of my knowledge, the origins of the green-faced witch are the movie The Wizard of Oz, when they painted poor Margaret Hamilton green and even set her on fire once because the makeup was flammable. But she was a trooper and she finished that film. Before that, so far as I know, there are no green-faced witches. And I guess that one of the reasons for doing this vlog is to ask if anyone has any images of a green-faced witch earlier. I have searched for them. They don't seem to exist, which certainly gives credence to the suggestion that this was the first ever green-faced witch. And the reason that they made her green-faced has nothing to do with the Wizard of Oz novels, where she was of ordinary complexion, and definitely not green. But it seems that they wanted, one, to show off the power of Technicolor, and two, they wanted to carry forward the emerald theme from the Emerald City. And so they made the Wicked Witch and her entire ethnic subdivision, who I think were called Woogies, if I remember correctly. But you see them mainly as guards in her castle. They made them all green, and they gave them all basically the same features. Which is very interesting in itself, but again, it seems to be the origin of this particular stereotype. Now, after the movie, there are green faces on witches everywhere. It became extremely common and has been ever since. And a lot of people don't realize that how recent this stereotype is, and as people do, they look for the origins of it and they theorize. And those theories are perfectly good ways to use the stereotype of the green-faced witch. For example, one common theory at the moment is that the green-faced Halloween witch represents the poor witches being persecuted by the Inquisition as they looked on their way to execution. Now, if you want to say that you use the green-faced witch to venerate this idea and to teach this idea, that's good. But it's not, as far as I know, the origin of the green-faced witch. Personally, I think one of the reasons it's been an enduring stereotype is that in 20th century culture, and continuing into the 21st, the use of a green skin color has denoted those who are dead or undead in horror films. And the popular stereotype of the witch, as opposed to real witches, such as myself, the popular stereotype is not necessarily considered to be a human being, but a kind of spirit, or even a deceased person. And in the sense that the Halloween witch is connected to the crone goddess, this is not an inappropriate connection necessarily, because of course she is the goddess of the dead in the spirit world. So I think that's one reason perhaps that the stereotype caught on. But as far as I can tell, it's Margaret Hamilton's portrayal of the Wicked Witch that started it. And if you have actual information to the contrary, I would love to hear it, because I run a museum. And I would love to have the most accurate information on this subject. But as far as I know, I have it. And if you look at the image of witches in advertising, in artwork, in stories before that, they're all pretty much ordinary in terms of their skin colors. The Green Witch doesn't seem to go any farther back. So that's my vlog for today. I hope you find it interesting, and until next time, may you blessed be.